The concept of marriage was based on the French word mariage, wedding. In watchmaking, marriage is a metaphorical term. Reinstallation of the antique mechanism of a pocket watch into a wristwatch case. Union, marriage of the vintage mechanism with the new case. Why marriage? Pocket Swiss mechanisms were handicrafts between the 19th and 20th centuries. The watches of famous and status brands IWC, Lecoultre, Longines, Omega, Rolex have survived and preserved in good condition to this day. Vintage watches are impeccable, fascinatingly beautiful, and can give odds to a legion of brand new calibers. They are part of the colorful history, the quintessence of craftsmanship, quality and reliability. Unfortunately, in our transient period, pocket watches are losing in convenience compared to wristwatches. Marriage helps to give a second life to wonderful mechanisms as wristwatches. You probably know that a watch case wears out faster than the mechanism. It gets scratches. The watch is losing presentability. We extract the mechanism, carefully cleaning and repairing it. If they're unnecessary, manually creating parts. The birth of marriage is a long affair. For example, the search for a donor to replace parts takes from 1 month to 2 years. The watches are patiently waiting for their time in our workshop. With the appearance of the necessary details, the watches come to life in the hands of craftsmen. They gently installing the preserved detail into the new case. They are gently installing the preserved dial into the new case. If the dial is damaged, a new one will be invented and engraved. And 2 centuries come together, like closing the circle, A unique watch appears in the world, in a single exemplar. Author's designs with a vintage heart inside, not like in different serial calibers. The whole point and beauty of marriage is a possibility to observe a living mechanical miracle breaths and moves through the transparent glass of the case. This is a handmade watch. This is a handmade watch inspired by the spirit of a history. The link of generations, past, present and future, which takes you back for several centuries to another world. What is curious, it is impossible to trace the fate of the watch. In the 18th, 19th and early 20th centuries, watches were a very expensive accessory. They were bought by the elite, military ranks, aristocracy, wealthy landowners. Who knows? Maybe that nobles, merchants, scholars, writers, patrons of the past centuries were checking the time by exact this watch. They worked, built temples, shot at duels, lost fortunes, hurried to meet the young ladies, danced at balls. You want to ask where do we get so many vintage watches from? We're seeking the mechanisms at auctions, in antique shops and private collections around the world. We're buying them to give a second life. We just love watches, appreciate and inspired by the accurate work. We just love watches, appreciate and inspired by the accurate work.